Okey, seperti yang Dayan dah janjikan tadi, kita akan dive deep into Johor Jewels selepas ini dan selain Dayang dan juga Adha, kita akan go south sebab kita akan bersama dengan Ketua Jurulatih Pasukan Johor Jewels, Coach Tracey. Hi Coach, can you hear us loud and clear?
Hi everybody, yes I can, finally.
Right, Adha's also here with me and she has a lot of questions to ask you.
Good, hi.
All right. Okay, let's start with the first question that I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to hear your thoughts on. You are the only team without a loss this season, and actually since last season. What do you say are the attributes to Johor's success, Coach?
Well, I think we always look forward, and I think, you know, as a team and as individuals, you know, the best individuals want to get better, and, you know, that's the thing that's a plus for coaches is that, you know, we're working on the individuals, but it's a team sport too. So while we're improving the individuals, we're making sure the team's moving forward. So that's part of the reason why we've been successful this year so far.
All right, now, so how are your preparation for the matches against Selangor and Putrajaya this weekend, Tracey?
Well, our preparation has been going well actually before every game, and so, you know, what we do, we identify the areas that we can improve in. So yes, while we look at the opposition, we're actually concentrating on the things that we can get better at, and so, you know, we identify those things in training and we work on them. So, you know, for us it's about taking each match at a time, and we've got Selangor first, and, you know, they've won a couple of good games, and so we've got to start well, and we've got to, you know, put them away. So we really do focus on ourselves and what we're trying to do.
Okay, but I'm also very sure that Johor Jewels have studied the other teams as well. So I'm curious to know, what would you say as a coach are the strengths that Putrajaya might have since you are going against them this Sunday, Coach?
Well, it's actually not Putrajaya, that's Malaysian national team, isn't it? You know, when you look at it, it's the national team that went and played Asian Championships. So, you know, for us, you know, we look at our weaknesses and the areas that we need to improve, and, you know, we think we're okay with the matchups, you know, against them. But we've got some really exciting talent down here in Johor, and I'm really, you know, happy to work with the likes of AU and Nadira and Aisha. You know, and it's important for us to actually keep developing these players for Johor to come through. So whilst we've got some experienced players and some really good players, you know, I'm happy to bring those young ones through and, you know, teach them what it's like to, you know, play up at this level and how to get better. So, you know, whilst we respect all teams, we really do just...
Nice, nice.
So I believe also, like, because I've been training with under Tracey Robinson before this, so I believe Tracey have a lot of chances and room to improve their players. All right, so now what makes you interested in the Johor Jewel projects, Tracey?
Well, Adha, when I finished with the national team in 2019, Che Puan kindly asked me to come to Johor and start, you know, to do some development work with Johor. And then when COVID came around, she actually got me out of Malaysia and back into Australia. And then I was offered to coach the English Super League, so which I did last year. And she sent me a message and said, "Can you please come back to Johor?" And I'm like, well, when Che Puan asks you, you go, "Yes, Che Puan." So I came back, and, you know, it's been great ever since I've been here. And Netball Johor are just fantastic. And I really like going out into the whole state of Johor because, you know, we have such support down here. You know, the players don't realise just how big the groundswell is for support for netball in Johor. And, you know, I've been lucky to go out to, you know, each of the districts and, you know, along with Mi Fong, and work with coaches, work with schools, and, you know, identify players. And, you know, it's just been fantastic. But literally it's due to Che Puan, you know, basically saying, "Can you please come and help Johor?" So that's how I became involved with Johor, and then now with Johor Jewels. So, you know, a player like Aisha, who's here at THO, you know, I saw her and I thought, oh, this girl's got potential to be a national player, and she's 16 and she's playing in the National League. So, you know, they're players that I look for to try and bring them through.
I love how Her Royal Highness Che Puan is a lot of people in Johor Jewels inspiration. It's really inspiring to see. Coach, a lot of people know you as the national team coach, and a lot of people know how your character is with the team. You're very stern, you're very professional, but with Johor Jewels, what would you say is your one main non-negotiable for the team?
You know what my one non-negotiable is? It's about being team. You know, when I look at some of the other teams, you know, they've got superstars and, you know, players who, you know, how do I put it? They like to put themselves before the team, whereas, you know, I don't care. Like, for me, it's a team sport and you have to work together and you have to communicate with people within your team. And, you know, people see me as being stern, but it's actually about high expectations. And, you know, that's what we want to drive, those standards and the values and the attitudes in netball and Johor. And, you know, I've got fantastic athletes like, you know, Najwa and Fariha and Azila. And, you know, they embody what we're about here in Johor because, you know, it doesn't matter whether it's a training session, doesn't matter whether it's game, they put 110% in. And so they're the standards that I want to embody in a team sport. And I think, you know, this year, and I know certainly last year they definitely had that, but, you know, this year I'm driving me even higher because I think, you know, we've got some fantastic players here and, you know, my job is to push them to be the best they can be. So that's what we try to do.
Yeah, it's good because I've been training with you for the past, 4 to 3 years, right? So Dayang, this is one of the key values that Tracey Robinson been teach us and taught us. Right? And it's actually I really apply to my forte at the moment. So Tracey, thank you so much for your knowledge. And may I know what is your philosophy for Johor when they are on the court? Because definitely they try and strive really hard during the matches. Can you share with us?
Well, I think it's about that spirit, Adaha, and I think, you know, my philosophy is based on performance. So if someone's, you know, performing well, they get that opportunity. But if someone's, you know, not 100% that day, you know, for, you know, might be reasons for illness or whatever, someone else will get an opportunity. And I always say to my bench, you know, make me keep you on, you know, make me pick you, you know, and that drives them on because if I say you're going on, they know it's their opportunity. And so, you know, they don't want to, it's not just only me, they don't want to disappoint their teammates. And, you know, that's what drives us forward is trying to work together as a team, but trying to push each other to the best that they can be.
You know what, Tracey, I'm really looking forward to train under you again because I really wanted to increase my knowledge in terms of, not just in terms of netball coaching, but definitely in terms of individual as a netballer.
This is breaking news. What could this mean in future? OMG. Okay, but let's save that story for another day. Tracey, 5 games. You've been through 5 games for the last 2 weeks. Which match would you say was the most difficult or the toughest fight that Johor Jewels have gone through so far?
Probably the first one. And so, you know, the first one in regards to our players with their lack of experience, the international players, you know, from Uganda. You know, Adri, whilst she's South African, she hadn't played against some of these players from Uganda. But, you know, some of the other, funnily enough, when I coached the national team, we went to a tournament in Hong Kong. We played against Uganda in Hong Kong. So, you know, some of these players have had experience of the Ugandan style of play. And I went to World Champs earlier on this year. So, you know, I've seen a few of these players already at World Champs in South Africa. So, you know, I was able to impart to some of our players, but until you actually experience it, you don't actually realise just how tough it is playing against that style. I was really proud of that first game because, you know, they came at us, but you know what, we hung tough and we showed that Johor spirit. And, you know, for us, you know, that was a good stepping stone moving forward. And I think that's important in terms of the team and their willingness to really fight for each other.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing a lot of things tonight, Coach Tracey. We wish you all the best and hope to see you at the stadium real soon. Thanks, Coach. Bye.
Thanks, Tracey.
Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye.